Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my favorites for the month of July. So the month of July was, yes, as usual in the north of France, a little bit of everything. So the weather was really hot at the beginning of the month and then it became colder. And yeah, so I will talk about the fragrances that I wore the most during the month, the one that I enjoyed the most also. And yes, as usual, at the end, we'll talk about my discoveries for the month of July. So let's start with the first one. The first fragrance I'm going to talk about is Amouage Sunshine. So this fragrance at first was not love at first sniff, I would say. It took me quite a long time to appreciate this fragrance. I got a sample at the beginning. And then, I don't know, there was something that was bothering me, this fragrance. And the most I was trying it, the most I was using my sample, the most I was falling in love with it. So I got a full bottle of it. And I really enjoyed it this month. So basically, it smells to me like osmanthus. So this is the note that I get the most. I don't really know what else is in this fragrance, but it is quite fruity in the opening. I believe there are some fruity notes, but there is also some almond for sure, and the osmanthus has this apricot vibe, I would say, and slightly Swedish to me, and with the beautiful vanilla in the background. So this is one which is really perfect when it's warm, sunny day, not too warm, not too hot, but when it's sunny, this is one that I really enjoy. And yes, this is my first fragrance. My second fragrance was Balade Sauvage. So basically this fragrance was the first fig fragrance that I really enjoyed. The fig is a bit milky, but I don't know, overall this fragrance has a marine, I would say, ozonic and aromatic vibe that I really enjoy. It's definitely a sunny fragrance, one that I enjoy for spring and summer. And I have really beautiful memories associated to this fragrance. It reminds me of a place I used to spend my holidays in the south of France. My parents had, not my parents, but my mother's family used to have a bakery there, and we used to spend the holidays. And I don't know, there is something in this fragrance that really reminds me of this place in the south of France, and I really enjoy it for it. But I also really enjoy what it smells like. And yeah, just a beautiful fragrance for summer, and I believe men and women would love this one if you enjoy fig, of course. That was not the case for me at first, but yes, this is really the first fragrance that got me into fig. So yeah, even if you don't really enjoy fig, maybe you can enjoy this one. My next fragrance is Balafric by Byredo. So this is not a fragrance that I wear a lot, but this is the period of the year that I really appreciate that one. So basically this one in the opening I have some citrus and fruity notes. So this is a fruity vetiver fragrance, I would say. It has many notes, but some of them that I don't really well know. So it's hard for me to identify them. What I smell the most here is these fruity notes, some floral in between, but that's hard to distinguish also. But at the end, yes, what I have the most is this vetiver and with some woody base. I believe there's some musk here too, yeah. But this is one that I enjoy a lot. I enjoy vetiver and fragrances, and this one is a bit different. I mean, I have nothing else in my collection that smells like this one. And yes, this is a really enjoyable fruity vetiver, and that was also a great one this month. And of course, the one that I wore maybe the most this month is the sadly discontinued Shalimar Cologne. So this is still a love, and I'm still looking for a new bottle of this one because I love to wear it in summer, and I think at some point I'm gonna finish it because I love wearing it. To me, it's one of the best citrus vanilla fragrance in the market, or it used to be the best one. I don't know why they discontinued it, but I hope they will bring it back. Or I don't know. I hope I can find a backup of this bottle at some point. But yeah, this is just a perfect citrus vanilla fragrance, like a cloud of vanilla with some lemons on tops. This is really, really beautiful. I believe it has a bit of iris too, so you definitely recognize the DNA of Shalimar, but this is really a lighter version, I would say, but more focused on the, yes, of course, the citrus and the vanilla. And it is a perfect one to wear in summer, so if you enjoy Shalimar, you have not tried this one, or you can find this one, yes, I recommend you to try it. My next one is also a Shalimar flanker. This is not the one that I wear the most, but this is perfect at this period of the year, and it is Shalimar Souffle de Lumière. So unfortunately, I believe this one was discontinued too. I don't know why they do that. Guerlain, seriously, lately. Okay, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but yeah. So this one has also a lot of citrus, but it's more on the bergamot side, and also this fluffy vanilla that I enjoy in Shalimar Cologne. But it's more focused on the florals, I would say, and has beautiful jasmine combination. Yeah, a beautiful combination of jasmine and ylang-ylang. And yeah, this is really a sunny, shiny fragrance, I would say. And also quite elegant, so a bit sweet. Yes, really, really beautiful too. So I'm glad I got this flanker also before it got discontinued, and yeah, I really enjoyed wearing it this month. My next one is maybe the one that I wore the most this month, and it is a fragrance by Chanel. It is Paris-Venise. So I wore this fragrance a bit last month too, and I really enjoy it when it's hot. It's a perfect Chanel fragrance for hot weather, I would say. It really got the Chanel DNA with this beautiful iris in the middle, these beautiful florals, but it has some rose and ylang-ylang. For the rest, I don't know, but it has some beautiful citrus also on top. Not too sharp, but really elegant, I would say. Yes, a cocktail of citrus. And yes, in the background, it has this beautiful vanilla and tonka beans, which are really delicious and so beautiful. It's a beautiful iris fragrance for hot weather, which is not really easy to find, I would say. I don't know many iris fragrance that you could wear in the heat, and this is one, and it is really beautiful. So this month I was particularly attracted by Orange Blossom. And if I talk about Orange Blossom, of course, I need to talk about Serge Lutens' Fleur d'Oranger. So I really enjoy this fragrance, but I need to be in the mood to wear it because this is a beautiful soliflor, but it has a lot of character, I would say. So in this one, what I get the most is the beautiful orange blossom blended with the jasmine and the hint of cumin, I would say. Yeah. So this is a note that I really don't enjoy, but in this one it is so beautifully blended with all the other notes that it works perfectly. It's a bit mature, I would say, but still it still has this innocent vibe of the orange blossom. Yeah, this is for me the perfect soliflor, the orange blossom soliflor. This is really beautiful, so perfect. Yeah, I really imagine, I don't know, maybe a woman in her 40s wearing this with a white shirt. This is beautiful, elegant, refreshing, perfect in the sun. I really love this fragrance. Okay, so my next fragrance was Orangerie Venise. So this fragrance is more about the neroli, I would say, than the orange blossom. It reminds me a lot of Neroli Autre Noir that I've already compared to this fragrance. So I believe it could be a good alternative to Neroli Autre Noir if you don't like the tea note, maybe. I don't know, in the Neroli Autre Noir. So this one is, I would say, quite similar in the citrus in the opening, with these bitter oranges, the citruses, and this neroli note. But the citrus are sharper, I would say, and it's a bit more, yeah, it's a bit bitter. It's a bit more bitter than Neroli Outre Noir. So yeah, it has something really green inside. Yeah, maybe related to the neroli. And it doesn't have this slightly smoky and comforting vibe from the black tea that I got in Neroli Outre Noir. But this is a beautiful one, and definitely something that I could be my, I don't know, signature scent for summer. Really beautiful. I enjoyed this one a lot too. So my next fragrance is a fragrance I already talked about. I reviewed it on my channel, and I also talked about it last month in my favorite for the month of June, and it is Jasmin d'Eau. So I wore this one a lot at the beginning of the month when it was quite hot, and it works really well in the heat, but it works also really well in the, I would say, yeah, bad weather or rainy days, because it has this watery quality that is really perfect for warm and rainy days. So it's quite a sunny jasmine still, I would say, compared to the other one from the collection, Jasmin Marzipan, which is quite colder, I would say. And it really has this tea vibe. Yeah, so it's a jasmine tea fragrance. And lately in the humidity, I would say, of the climate here, I smelled most the peach than I used to. So yeah, it's quite fruity when it's raining. I don't know, but yeah, this is how I smell it. And it's more sunny jasmine and with the green tea when it's really warm and sunny. So it works in both occasions, but still really nice in the warmth. And yes, this is really easy to wear. So this is the kind of fragrance you don't know what to wear. You can grab it in the morning. It will be perfect to wear in the office, or if you want to go out or go to the restaurant. I don't know. So this is really the kind of fragrance you can wear easily, and this is what I did. So yeah. My next fragrance is also a jasmine fragrance, but it is completely different. It has a completely different vibe, and it is quite unique also. I have nothing that smells similar to this one, I would say. And it is, oh, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, sorry, there is a motorbike. So this is Dancing on the Moon by Maison Margiela. And yes, this one is, I would say, mineral floral. What strikes me the most in the opening is this beautiful jasmine sambac, so it can't be mistaken. It is jasmine sambac in this one with frangipani. So you can't miss this one, these notes. So if you love these two notes, I believe you would love this one. And it is quite sparkling and elegant, but still it has this mineral vibe, like smelling, I don't know, some jasmine growing on rocks, on stones. And I believe this minerality is coming from the ambergris note that is in this fragrance, and it is really beautifully balanced. This is one of my favorite Maison Margiela fragrance. I don't know why it doesn't have more love, but yeah, that's my taste. So I really enjoyed that one. And I like the name also of this fragrance, Dancing on the Moon. This is really the impression that you have these beautiful flowers dancing on the surface of the moon, which is quite mineral. So you really have this balance between these two aspects, the florals and the minerality of the fragrance. So this is really well made and quite unique, and I really enjoyed it in the heat. And when it's raining like this one, it's working really well too. So yeah. So my next fragrance is one of my favorite citrus of all time, I would say, and it is an Aqua Allegoria. It's Bergamot Calabria by Guerlain. So this fragrance here is just my favorite citrus fragrance. Yes, I just love this fragrance. It's a beautiful bergamot, citrusy, juicy, slightly sweet, fruity, with the spices. So it's slightly warm and spicy with this ginger and cardamom, which are really beautiful, and a bit woody in the background, and it just works perfectly. I have a travel size of this one. For sure I'm gonna take it on holidays with me. Yeah, I cannot live without this fragrance. So yeah, it's going down quite quickly because yeah, I believe I could base myself into it. I just love reapplying during the day. The longevity is correct on me. I would say maybe 4 hours, which is for this kind of fragrance really good on my skin. But I just love reapplying it because I love the opening, the freshness of the citruses, and I just love reapplying it. So yeah, it's going down quite quickly. At some point for sure, this is one of the bottles that I would buy again for sure. My next fragrance is also a citrus fragrance, and this is one that I completely fell in love with when I tried also Ylang Ylang Nocipi. So this was the second one I fell in love with, and it is Mandarino Di Sciilia. So this fragrance to me is just the best mandarin orange fragrance so far. It's the best one I've ever smelled. It's really realistic, it's bitter, you have some like the zest of the fruit, you have the fruit itself, the sweetness of the fruit. So it's quite noisy at home today. And it's mixed with some bitter oranges, some petit grain to bring this bitterness, and some orange blossom to bring this floral and aspect. Yeah, it's just perfect. It's really, really realistic. You can, I don't know, shut your eyes and see a big mandarin orange that you are cutting. So you have every part of the fruit is there. And the longevity is quite correct for this kind of fragrances. It's a bit more long-lasting on me than Bergamot Calabria. I would say maybe 5 to 6 hours. It's just beautiful. Yeah, I believe that's maybe the woody base. Maybe it has a little bit of musk that helps with the longevity, but yeah, this is not something I have in mind when I buy a fragrance, but I just love the way it smells. Okay, now I made some space. We're going to talk about my discoveries of the month. And the first one I'm going to talk about is a fragrance by Jules Mad, and it is Aqua Sextius. So I've already tried a few of this of the fragrances of this brand, and I've always been amazed by the quality of it. And yeah, they make really beautiful quality fragrances. This one was created also by Cécile Zaroukian, like the Stairway to Heaven that I really enjoy. And I can't get enough of this fragrance. It's really addictive to me. This is a marine, I would say, aquatic fragrance. It has lots of citrus in the opening, so it's really perfect for the season. And after that, what I get the most is some slight fruitiness and this pine needle notes, which is really addictive to me. So yeah, I know that maybe for some people pine just remind them of sprayer for the house. But yeah, this is not the case for me, and this one is really, really beautiful. Yeah, it really reminds me of the sea, of the holidays, summer holidays. It really has this summer vibe without being, again, suntan lotion like. But yeah, it's really addictive, and it has a good performance, also good projection, good longevity. So this is one that maybe I could buy one day. Let's see. So my second discovery of the month was a fragrance by Pierre Guillaume, and it is Mad About You. So this fragrance is really what I could call a gourmand fragrance. It reminds me of cherry liquor. So it has some powdery notes and tea, licorice and cherry. This is what I smell the most. I don't know for the rest. Maybe some violet too. It really reminds me of La Petite Robe Noire. So yes, this is, let's say, Pierre Guillaume version of La Petite Robe Noire. So if you enjoy La Petite Robe Noire by Guerlain, you would enjoy this one. Maybe you don't need both of them, but I really enjoy the quality of this one. I smell much more the cherry in it than in La Petite Robe Noire. It's maybe a little bit closer, let's say, to La Petite Robe Noire Perfecto, but without this Guerlain DNA that I really enjoy. But it's still a really beautiful one, less powdery, I would say, than yes, than La Petite Robe Noire and all its flankers. So if you want something maybe a bit more modern, less powdery than La Petite Robe Noire, then definitely this one, especially if you enjoy the notes of cherry and licorice. I believe you really enjoy this one. It's a beautiful quality too, so yeah, I really enjoyed that one. My next discovery of the month is the new release by Atelier d'Orange. So this is part of the, this special collection. I already talked about it in my last video. So if you watch it, you won't be surprised. And it is Soul of My Soul. So I was really eager to try this one because I really enjoyed all the fragrances from this collection. And yeah, this one was really beautiful. I think it would be a perfect fragrance for fall and winter. So I have some citrus in the opening, and of course I have pink pepper and a little bit like soapy pink pepper. I have something a little bit soapy here. And what I smell the most after that is the incense and the vanilla. And it's a little bit powdery, so I was wondering if it doesn't have some notes of iris maybe, because it's quite powdery to my nose. And it's a gorgeous vanilla fragrance. If you love vanilla and if you love incense, like Bois d'Arménie, for example, by Guerlain, I think you would really enjoy this one. It has a sparkling opening with this citrus and pink pepper. And after that, you have more darkness with the vanilla and the incense. Yeah, I don't know if it's the incense of the, I don't know, the iris. There's something a little bit leathery, I would say, in it. And it's really addictive. This is something that I definitely could see myself wearing for fall. I really like this one. Is it special? Maybe not. It's not unique, I would say, but this is definitely a good quality fragrance and one that I would really enjoy wearing. So yeah, it may pop on my wish list. Okay, my last discovery of the month, which was maybe the greatest, I would say, was a brand. So I wanted to try the brand Atelier Materi because I heard a lot about it. So I ordered the discovery set. Yeah, I was really intrigued by this brand because I checked a little bit the fragrances that they proposed and they seemed really interesting. So I said, okay, if the quality is good, I may enjoy them. So I tried all the fragrances. So you can order this sample set on their website. And to be honest, I loved all of them. I really enjoyed them. They are really beautiful. So in their own way, they are all really different. So the first one, Poivre Pomelo, is a really peppery grapefruit. And yeah, it has also some mate that brings some bitterness in the fragrance. So I really enjoyed that one. I believe for summer, this one would be perfect. After that, we have Bois d'Ambrette that was renamed Bois d'Ambrette, but before it was another name. I don't really remember which one. Yeah, yeah, it was Peau d'Ambrette before. And this one is about ambrette, but with angelica that is bringing this green and crunchiness, I would say, to the fragrance. And it's quite green and vegetal and creamy at the same time. It's hard to explain. There is some sandalwood. Maybe that's because of that. It's bringing some creaminess, I would say, to the fragrance. And it is really a beautiful one. I'm not a great fan of sandalwood, but this one is really beautiful. I enjoyed that one. I believe it was my second favorite from the brand. And after that, I can't really see. Yes, Santal Blond. So it is about sandalwood, but as I said, I'm not really a great fan of sandalwood, but this one was really beautiful. Yeah, it's another beautiful sandalwood, fresh, I would say, quite fresh sandalwood, and really pretty. If you love sandalwood, I think you should try that one. And the next one was my favorite one of the brand. So it's I can't see, sorry. Yes, Iris Ébène. So it was renamed also. I believe it was Cuir d'Ébène or Cuir d'Iris before. I don't know why they changed the name of the fragrances. Maybe they had trial because it was already used. That's what I suppose. But so Cuir Ébène is a beautiful iris and leather fragrance. It reminds me a lot of Dior Homme Intense, I would say, but the quality of it is really beautiful. It's maybe stronger on the leather. So if you love iris and leather, I believe this is definitely one to try. And yes, of course, it has a note of sandalwood, so this is maybe why I thought about Dior Homme Intense. The next one, I believe it's the most famous one, Cacao Porcelana. So this one get a price, I believe. So basically this is a cacao fragrance with some rum and tobacco, I believe. Definitely get some chocolate vibes from this one, and I think that men who really enjoy gourmand fragrances would love this one. And the next one, I thought it was really interesting. So Narcisse Tadji. So this is really a really interesting blend between tuberose and narcissus, with some greenness also brought by some hay note, I believe, and it is really, really beautiful and enjoyable. If you love narcissus and tuberose, you should definitely give a try to this one. So this is a brand that I really recommend. The bottles are really beautiful, but the only problem, as usual, is the price, because they are quite pricey, but the quality is there. I can tell you, they are really, the quality, you can feel the quality of the ingredients here. And yeah, that was really a great discovery this month. So voila, these were my favorites for the month of July, and also my favorite discoveries. So tell me, what were your favorite fragrances for the month of July, or did you try any of these fragrances? Which one do you enjoy? And I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye!